My name is Christopher Stillar. I'm just your average, ordinary guy. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for over 20 years, and I'm the father of 4 children. I live a typical life, ordinary in every way. Oh yeah, did I mention? I hear and see dead people. I'm a spiritual medium, and this is my story. In the mid-90s, a traumatic and serious health crisis, combined with the death of my beloved grandmother, changed my life in ways I could never have predicted. Now it is I who is changing lives. Real people in real pain, dealing with unimaginable grief, getting the chance to connect one more time with those they loved and lost. Changing people's lives and healing their souls with the help of their loved ones in spirit is my daily work, it's my passion, and my life's purpose. Welcome to my world, and welcome to Seeking Spirit.
Hi, my name's Deb, and this is the first time I've been to Chris, and I am hoping to hear from my dad today.
And I'm Sarah, and this is my first time coming to meet Chris, and I have no hopes for today. I'm just here to support my mom and see who comes through.
I want to welcome you both, and I want to thank you both for coming. Okay, ladies, I just want to start off by saying I have multiple people. This is not always a good thing, but don't be fearful yet. I think I have 4, and I don't know if who's going to talk or who won't, but I just want to start by saying prior to your arrival to my office this morning, and you being my first clients of the day, I need to establish or acknowledge that I had an older female coming through that would be mom or a mother figure in the way that she was connecting with me. I also want to talk about a male coming in below her, a generation below. So that would be to your level, Deb, from the way that I'm getting it, a male contemporary. Not talking, not saying anything, it's just they're positioning themselves in a way. I have what I would call a second male that's not said a whole lot, but I have to talk about a very, what I call tragic impact passing coming through with this individual, where I feel like trauma-based, okay? In the way that he was acknowledging, so it feels like rather sudden, unexpected, but feels like impact blow to the body in the way that he would have died, okay? So, but it feels accidental, okay? And then I said I think I have 4. I have a young female that's passed as well that's coming through. So just remember that I'm saying this. And when I say young, I mean young. In the fact that I honest to goodness don't know if it was, if she was a baby when she passed, if there's something that would be very much baby related or even pregnancy, but I don't have a lot of life experience to draw on when she talks, like when she's coming through, but I feel like young, and to me would be like a daughter connection or a daughter figure that's passed. But the tricky part is I'm not sure that people know or would know her, but you would know if there's a female or if there was a baby lost. But she's coming through nonetheless. There's a cancer connection coming through, okay? And that cancer reference was with me like an hour ago, okay? So all I can tell you is I don't know if it's the female that had it or if it's the male to the side that was coming through, but I definitely had this cancer reference that they're acknowledging. And just think about this for a second. They just plopped a for sale sign down. Do you know why they would talk about the sale of the property or the sale of the place? Because I'm just seeing the for sale sign going down. What would be, there's a bit of a hill and there's either by water or I can see water is the feeling they're giving me. And I'm seeing a for sale sign being plopped there. Do you know if there's some kind of talk about the sale? If there's something going on about selling something and why I would get a bit of a hill or incline and why I would see water around this?
Yes, I think I understand that.
Is it from the same, I'm
Are you-
already crying.
That's
Is
okay.
it from the same level as my mom?
I'm not sure who's saying it, and that's not, that can be typical in the beginning of a reading until one person decides, okay, I'm taking charge and stepping up.
Okay.
So I really couldn't
Yeah.
tell you, and I'm not trying to be vague, but I will say that when they plop the for sale sign down, it just means like, and I don't know the time frame if we're thinking of selling this or if it's already happened, to be honest with you. But I just keep seeing something to do with a bit of a hill or incline for some reason, and then I feel like there's water. off my peripheral view that I would see connected, or, so does that still has this been sold, or is it a thought of listing?
Well,
There's a transfer
transfer.
that's
Okay.
about to happen from
With the property that I'm kind of describing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. From one family member to another.
From my mom to me.
Okay, so it's just somebody's acknowledging this, because to me, in all honesty, whether it seems like I'm, being vague or not, I can't tell the difference if you're selling it, if you're transferring it,
right.
but there's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a property thing, and that's the best I can detail what I think the mail is trying to show me, okay? So
Okay.
just know that that's the reference that's coming through.
Okay.
And there is, I will tell you, happiness or joy around this, like it's meant to be. This is the way that it should be. And I don't think, Sarah, you would have hesitated at all about acquiring it, taking it on, but I do think there was hesitation for some reason, and it had nothing to do with not wanting the property, the house, the cottage, whatever it is. I have no clue. But I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like you move past that, oh crap, I don't know if I should, or can I deal with this, or whatever. It feels good. It feels good. Your only issue will be, I don't know if it's winterized or not, but it'll be the snow is what they've just said. So I think the
wow,
the
okay.
removal of the snow, or the something to do with snow, that'll be your issue. So you either have to hire a contractor or buy a big 4-wheel truck with a plow and learn how to do that. I don't know. Why do you say, well, wow, is snow a big issue there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so whether or not you use it in the winter, or if it's a primary living place of residence, I don't know, but he's telling me snow's the issue. So nothing else but snow.
Yeah.
Do you know why he would make me feel, I want to use the term, I don't know how, I don't think I'm exaggerated, the term rebel? He's like,
Perfect.
seriously? Because he's
Perfect.
He's telling me,
Perfect.
he says, this male to your side, I don't know if it's like husband to you, brother to you, but it feels like there's a connection in that manner coming through where I would talk about being close. Ultimately, there's something, again, I'm going to say respiratory, that's problematic for this male, and all very much health related. I need to tell you though, he makes me feel like he's very content with what was done medically for him. I think you or family living female would have had issues of second guessing some aspect about form of treatment and the way that things were handled for him. He is very comfortable feeling like what was done was appropriate, and he keeps saying that, okay? Did you struggle with thinking was enough done? And I don't mean, often I'll talk to family and I'll say, you did enough. Understand that you did enough.
Right.
He's not saying that at this point in time. I have to be as clear as I can, and he says medically, everything that could have been done was, and I feel like somebody might have questioned, was there something else medically we should have done, or the doctor should have done, and we didn't, and we missed the ball on it. He's comfortable with it, okay?
Okay.
Do you know if, when I said cancer, did it make sense or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This may not, though. I'm hoping it does. Do you know why? Because I've said like the respiratory being an issue. Do you know why I would get cancer lower and then I feel like the spreading? Because I feel like there's something lower based in the abdominal area, and I don't know if that means primary or what, but I feel like it's a previous thing or something earlier, and then I feel like there would be the spreading on where he's talking about. That confuses you, right, Deb? Sarah's nodding yes, but...
Bit. I'm a little bit confused about the lower,
Okay.
well, unless it's spine.
Just know that there's something that I feel like
Okay.
is lower based, but then I feel like there's the spreading that comes after it. So I just don't know why, but it's down lower.
Yes, it does make sense now.
Yeah.
You're not making it fit? You understand?
I do understand.
If
Okay.
it's the same person, I mean,
To the
Yes.
male to the side.
Yes.
yeah, the
yes.
male to the side, yeah. there was definitely something
here. Like, I don't get that it's head, and I don't get that it originates lung.
Right.
I feel like it will spread, and it will definitely affect the lungs, but it does not originate there, because that's the way he's trying to acknowledge a lower connection to it,
Okay.
and then the moving up.
Yes, I understand.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a Bill connection as well? Do you know why he would acknowledge Bill?
Yes, I do.
And
Of course he would.
is this his friend?
No.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't think. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. No, it's not his friend.
Well, I don't get it, because he wants me to acknowledge Bill.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
he knows Bill, or he's aware
yeah,
of Bill,
no,
or...
he's-
Okay.
He definitely
Yes.
has faith in Bill. So, stand-up guy.
So you understand, but he doesn't know Bill, but you understand why he would acknowledge Bill? That's
I-
all I
he-
care
yeah,
about.
Yeah, no, I understand why.
He's laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet he is.
He is, no, he is laughing.
I know.
And I
he
don't
is.
know if he's laughing at your confusion.
No, I
or-
know why.
No, I'm not confused. I'm
Okay.
just a little shocked.
Shocked?
Yes, I am.
Is Bill in your life now?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wondering, because I don't know what the laughter's about, but anyways, he wanted Bill acknowledged.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I honestly don't know where this will go, but I'm going to ask for the first name of one individual you were hoping for today, and we'll see if I can get them for you.
What do you want?
You go ahead.
Luke for sure.
Luke.
Luke? Just yes or no, okay? It doesn't mean I've got him.
Okay.
Do you know if there's a sudden death around this person that would come unexpectedly, and it doesn't feel like it's... I don't know the cause yet, but what I mean is I don't feel like I'm talking a prolonged lead up to death. It feels sudden, or it feels like unexpected. It's the feeling he's giving me. If that doesn't make sense, don't say yes. Is that wrong? That's wrong.
That's wrong.
It's
That's wrong.
wrong because it's
Why would I talk about cardiac or a heart-related aspect? Because that's the way that he's bringing it up.
That's no. That's not him.
Okay.
Well, ultimately.
I think it was unexpected for him.
For him.
You're funny.
And no, I think
Yeah, you're right. And ultimately it would be.
and it was
Okay.
The important thing is you're not going to make it fit, but I can't change the information as the way it's coming through.
Well, it might be his perspective.
Well, that's the only way I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way I can get
It's
it.
very clear with the last person.
Okay.
You were getting his
I-
perspective for
I
sure.
can only get it from their
Yeah.
perspective.
Okay.
They can often talk about how you feel about things emotionally, but they tend to talk from their perspective.
Okay.
So
then
I don't
it does
know
make
why.
sense.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
unexpected.
unexpected for yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
and
way things were left, it was all very unexpected.
Okay, and the only thing I can tell you though is that I feel like something would have affected the heart, or a cardiac related aspect is the way that he brings this up. So I truly don't know the whys of this. Do you know why he would make me feel, I want to use the term, I don't know how, I don't think, exaggerated, the term rebel? He's like,
Perfect.
seriously? Because
That's perfect.
he's telling me,
Perfect.
he says, tell them it's the rebel,
Okay.
or I'm a rebel. Something of
Okay.
that. And I'm like, I really second guessed that, because I'm like, I honest to God didn't know what I'm supposed to do about it. He's like, well, just tell them what I'm telling you.
Oh my.
And tell them it's the rebel.
That's awesome.
Can I tell you that he makes me feel like if somebody told me to go left, I'm going right. If somebody said you can't do that, well, I sure as hell can. I just feel not bad, but I feel like I hate being told what to do. I hate being told what to do, and I don't like being told I can't do something if I feel like I can. And I feel like there's times where I definitely would have tried to prove people wrong. So I don't know if that's the rebel thing or why, but he does not come across elderly or old, just so you know, okay? He just doesn't. See, he's cryptic, this Luke guy. He brings out the word rebel, and then he makes me feel like there's something he defied the odds on. which I don't quite understand, but he makes that statement, like I defied the odds. So
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
what that means. And I think if that's somebody telling him one thing, he's got this like, screw you. And I feel like trying to do things his own way, but I don't know what he defied. But somebody would have indicated something about him or indicated something, and he defied the odds. So I don't know, did he last longer than what they thought he would? Because I feel like he hates being told. I don't know. Is it a health related thing and they gave him a
Yes.
certain amount of time? And because I feel like they don't know.
He was very sickly as a child.
Okay. And yet his death still would appear to be sudden.
To him.
To no one.
Was he in denial?
Yes, pretty much. I mean, of
His age.
and of dying.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like he defied the odds. So that's his phrase. And he's kind of proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And would he have needed more help than he would have acknowledged? He would have thought he did more things on his own, or he would see it that way, but it really, in hindsight, from the other side of life, he's like, I realize all the help I did have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it isn't that he wasn't grateful in life, but there's just this independent streak, this rebel feel. He wasn't as much of a rebel as what he thought, apparently, but he's laughing about it. I don't know why I didn't have any of that. He's like, I thought I was worthy. And I need to tell you, he is kidding. Why there would be either a family shot photo wise he's in it, and why he would say I look normal?
Who knows?
It feels dated. It feels like I'm going back, but I do feel like it's a prominent picture that we would have, and I feel like we're arranged like a Christmas tree, like from top to bottom type thing, where it would spread out a bit, and he makes me feel like, well, I look normal. That's what he says. So I don't know why he wasn't normal, but he says, I look normal.
Okay.
Where would be the family of 5 or 6 that would be in a photo?
Oh, well, when I was young, there were...
I'm dating it. I'm going back.
Well, there is a picture of... I think there were only 3 of us at that time out of the 5 children, but we're on a ladder.
Is he in it?
Yes, he's on one side and my mother's on the other. And he says he looks normal.
So would there be like 5 or 6 people in this photo?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and there's something that would stagger in height on it?
Yes.
Because he's like, well, I look normal. And he likes this photo because he looks normal in it.
Okay. He'd been very ill
Okay.
with his lungs.
Okay. Just know that he's like, but I look normal. And he's good with that.
Okay. Okay.
He does not mean this, but it's like a sarcastic humor. Were you at or present for the funeral?
Yes.
He makes me feel like he shakes his head. And he's like, he doesn't understand why. You know, when a police officer gets killed, they'll have like the guards, and they'll do like sometimes the trumpets, or they'll do like a gun salute or something. He's like, I don't know why I didn't have any of that. He's like, I thought I was worthy. And I need to tell you, he is kidding. But his ego is something else. But he just makes me feel like I think I deserve that. And I was a little shocked when there wasn't people playing trumpets there, or I didn't have the armed guard there doing like a procession thing. He's like, I'll remember that. So I don't know who organized it. He's certainly typically not trying to make them feel bad, but it's his humor.
Yeah, 'cause he organized it.
He did?
That was all
That was his wish.
Why would he say he thinks he deserved better?
Because he would.
Okay.
I need the Kleenex because I'm laughing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tears
Oh.
through laughter is the best emotion.
Yeah.
He truly, this is the first time he's been serious, cherishes what was done for him and appreciates it. Can I ask you, would either one of you understand why the butterfly reference would be acknowledged? Why he would want me to acknowledge the butterfly connection?
Yeah.
Because it's definitely symbolism, and it's a definite connection to him that he wants to validate or bring across that the person wasn't crazy.
Okay.
So you understand that, Deb?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And he's all of a sudden flipped. I don't know if he was like bipolar with his moods, but he's like flipped and become all sentimental.
Yes.
It's like he left the joke man, the rebel behind, and now it's like I've got to be serious for a minute. Probably not too long though. But he needs to validate the butterfly reference.
Okay.
Okay. Was this for you or somebody different?
No, this happened, yeah. Well, to myself and my siblings.
Okay. So you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's back to being funny. He makes me feel like he tried to escape. I almost feel like I'm in a concentration camp, and I don't use that term lightly. And he makes me feel like I'm just going out for a walk, but I don't feel like people would let me or that I could. And he's like, I just want to go for a walk, but I feel like that wasn't going to happen. Do you understand that?
In his childhood,
Really?
yes.
Because I just feel very restricted,
Yes.
and I just want to go for a walk, but I feel like I can't, or they won't let me, or
Well, it happened several times in his life, actually.
somebody's got to be with me, or I don't know, but I
mhm.
feel very restricted.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I'm okay. Serious again. No, I'm okay. And no, I'm still in your life. Or lives. And whether you like it or not, I'm watching over you guys. I don't know if that'll bring you comfort or not, but he's like it or not, I'm watching over you guys.
I was shocked right off the top when my first husband talked about the property, because he and I lived there, and we lived there through some pretty heavy winters with snow, and I'm in the process of signing the property over to Sarah. Luke's my dad, and I've called him Luke since I was 15, just because we were buddies. We fought a lot when I was younger, but in the last 30 years of his life with me, we were best friends. He struggled against the odds his whole childhood. He missed years of school. He was bedridden with asthma, and they lived on a farm. Well, in those days, they wouldn't connect allergies with asthma. So his mother kept him in bed for years at a time. So that idea of wanting to escape and just go for a walk, and he was like that his whole life. He walked. He got out and walked.
Yeah. The rebel thing's hilarious because we think we have this very amazing family history because we're all very proud in our family that we're related to Samuel Lount, even though we're finding out we might not be, but
He's my 5th grade uncle.
And if you don't know your Canadian history, don't worry, because he was a rebel, and he was the York Rebellion of
the Rebellion of 1837.
And Bondhead and all of this stuff. So we've had this hammered into this is like anybody in our family. We know that, yes, we are the original rebels because we're, so that
was our claim to fame, that we were related to Samuel Lount. There were only 2 people hanged in the Rebellion of 1837, Samuel Lount and Peter Matthews. The rest escaped to the States, and they got caught. And so that's the rebel connection.
So,
Plus, the
yeah.
Irwins originally were it was a border family between England and Scotland, and they were called Reivers, which is another name for rebels. So they used to attack each other's farms. And so the rebel connection, when it came through, I knew it was Luke right away.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
who else would say that?